Ugh, what is this? This Today, we're making this amazing, beautiful blog in WordPress.
And why are we using WordPress?
Because WordPress is the best and most popular way in the entire world to make a website. It's used by the best companies and artists for their own website, and it's super easy. We're going to be doing it all step by step with no steps skipped. Hi, I'm Tyler.
I'm Andre.
And we spent hours and hours researching blogs to see what the best features are. And everyone is making it way too complex. To make a blog, it's just 5 simple steps. First, you need to get your website name and hosting. It's super easy to explain. Your website name is like yourwebsite.com, and hosting is where you store all of your website information, like all of your images and files. After that, we're going to install WordPress. WordPress is by far the best way to make a blog, and it's super easy to install. Then you can just log into your website, and you can manage everything about your website right from the dashboard. Next, we've built this beautiful blog package that's going to save you so much time. You can just click one button, and it'll automatically turn your fresh and empty website into a beautiful blog that you can use as an amazing starting point. After that, we'll show you how to customize the starting design and make it completely unique to you. We'll show you things like how to change your site title and tagline, and this basically describes your blog to the search engines so you can get ranked better. Then you'll learn how to choose a great starting design for your pages, especially your homepage and your blog page, which are by far the most important pages of your blog. And there are so many designs that you can choose from, and this is all just a starting point. You'll be able to mix and match different designs together to create basically any design that you want. I'll also show you how to change anything you want about your design, like editing your text and the styling of your text, how to change your buttons, your background images, adding and rearranging sections, how to customize the way your blog posts look, and so much more. Your website is also going to be mobile friendly, so it's going to work on your phones, tablets, your TV. It's going to work everywhere. So your readers are going to be able to read your blog posts from anywhere. And finally, you're going to learn how to write beautiful, engaging blog posts. WordPress makes this super easy. You're going to learn how to format blog posts, how to add beautiful images, and how to use the latest tools to make your life so much easier. And then that's it. Congratulations, we're all done. That could have cost you thousands and thousands of dollars, but you're doing it all yourself and you're learning something really cool. And we're going to do it all step by step with no steps skipped. We also respond to each and every comment. Whether it's just a thank you or if you get stuck with something, we're always here to help. All right, so let's begin. Now that we know what we need, let's learn maybe the most important thing, how much everything is going to cost. The first thing that costs money is your website name. And there's no way to get out of this because you need your website like yourwebsite.com in order for someone to type it in to go to your website. Google's website name is google.com. Facebook's website name is facebook.com. Your website name will be whatever your blog is.com. A website name costs about $15 per year. The second thing that we need is hosting. Hosting is a computer that's on 24/7 that has super fast internet. And this is what holds all of your website information, like all of your files and your images. You need a place to store all of this information in order to have a website. And this costs about $10 per month, but I'm going to show you how to get a huge discount in just a second. The third thing that we need to get is WordPress. And WordPress is open source and free. It's also the most popular way in the entire world to make a website. And then the last thing that we need is to make a website. This usually would cost thousands of dollars, but since you're doing it yourself, it's also free. All right, so in total, with all of the discounts, it's about, and this is crazy, I think, $30 per year. And that's to have your website spread across the entire earth. I think that's super cool. All right, so we're just going to do steps 1 and 2. And luckily, we can do that at the same place. So I'm just going to minimize this and open this up. And we can do it at hostgator.com. That's hostgator.com and press enter. And I do get a commission for recommending HostGator, but I've been using HostGator myself for 19 years and recommending them on YouTube for 13 years. I really like them because of their 24/7, 365 phone, chat, and email. But Andre, what do you use when you need to contact them?
I use the live chat. It's easily the best option.
Same. I always use the live chat. So much easier. So there are thousands and thousands of hosting companies that you can install WordPress on. I've used some really bad ones where the website keeps on crashing. Have you used any horrible ones?
Oh yeah, there are tons out there. What I love about HostGator is that I started my website building journey with them back in, must have been like 2012 or something. Yeah, and it's been super reliable since. And what I love about them is that they always keep getting better, especially recently. Their speed has gotten much better, so it's a really good host in my opinion.
All right, so let's get you the best discount on them. Let's go up to hosting and just click on web hosting. We don't need all this other stuff. A lot of it is just too complex and more than we need. You'd think we would choose WordPress hosting, but we actually don't need that either. We just need the regular web hosting. So click on web hosting and let's exit out of this crap and scroll down, and we see 3 different plans: the hatchling plan, the baby plan, and the business plan. And we can see that this starts at $375 a month, but if we go up here and type in unlock, UNLOCK, and press enter, we can see that the highest discount has been unlocked. And if we go down, we can see that this is now down to $2.52 each month.
And that's an amazing deal that you won't be able to find anywhere else.
So this is by far the best deal for beginners. They're always changing their plans around. So right now it has 10 websites. Just a few weeks ago, it had 1 website, 2 websites, and 3 websites, but they're always testing things and changing things around. So if you see either 1, 2, or 3 websites, that's still a great deal. But if you see 10, 20, or 50, then that's a super, super, super great deal. I don't think that you need the business plan. What do you think, Andre?
That's way too much for a simple site, starter site.
Yeah, it's just like, you don't need 50 websites. You don't even need 3 websites. You need 1 website.
Yeah, and you can easily upgrade later if you need more. So we should just go with the first plan.
Exactly. So we can go with the first plan, the hatchling plan, which usually only offers 1 website. I don't know what they're doing on their website here. And we can scroll down and just click on buy now. And then we have 2 options. We have register a new domain. And what does I already own this domain mean?
So basically, if you already have a domain from somewhere like GoDaddy, you can just put it inside here and you can move your website to HostGator that way. But for us, I think we're registering a new one, right?
Yeah, so we're registering a new domain. All right, so I'm just going to put in my domain name right here. And over here is what we call the extension or the ending for your website. So most of the time people use .com. But sometimes your website's not available, so you can use .org or .net or .space if your website's super cool. I usually like to go with .com. What do you think?
Yeah, it's by far the most recognizable one.
So we're going to click on that, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to add any of these? What do you think?
We definitely don't need any extra domains. They're just trying to make some extra money, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. It's not like someone's going to steal your website. In my opinion, they're not going to like get the .site and like copy it. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, definitely not.
So we could then scroll down and skip all of that. We don't need to waste our money.
Wow, that's a lot over there. They added a lot of new ones. Yeah.
And then it's going to ask us about domain privacy protection. What is domain privacy protection?
So basically, when you get the website name, the law makes them store some personal information about the owner of the website.
Right. So like your email address, your phone number, your address.
And then people can find that and they can call you and try to sell you website making services and whatnot.
You'll definitely get a few calls if you uncheck this from people trying to rank you higher in the search engines or something, right?
Yeah. Different services like that you probably don't need. So
right. So it costs $15 a year to hide all of this information, but you have to pay $15 a year. So in the spirit of saving the most amount of money, I'm going to uncheck this. And just know that by unchecking it, your information is not going to be private. It's going to be out there. And you will probably get some spam calls. But we're just going to leave it unchecked because we want to save the most amount of money right now. Just know you might get a few calls.
If you're on a budget, I think this is the best call to make.
Awesome. Now we're going to go down and choose hosting plan. We already chose the hatchling plan, unless you chose a different plan, which is totally cool. But I think the hatchling is good enough because, again, you can always upgrade later. And then we're going to go off to the billing cycle. And this is where a little strategy comes into play. Because in general, the longer you go for, the more you'll save in total, but the more you're going to pay up front. And the shorter duration you go for, like 1 month at a time, you're going to pay the least upfront, but the most amount in the long run. I think the best balance between both of them, and you get the most off, is the 12 months at a time, because that's a really great balance of paying the least amount upfront and saving the most amount in the long run.
And the 12-month plan is also the minimum that they give you the free domain for. So you'll save some extra money there, $15 a year or $18 a year, I think it is, on HostGator.
Oh, right. I didn't even think of that. That's great.
Yeah, so that's an amazing deal.
All right. Now we can go down here and enter in our email address and reconfirm your email address. I'm just going to put support@tyler.com and put it in a password. And then we can go down here and we're going to speed through this.
And for payment, you have two options, credit card or PayPal, but we're going with credit card, right?
Yeah, let's go with credit card, and I'm just going to enter in my name right here and whatever. Don't worry, this is not a real credit card. And then put your month and year and a little code on the back. All right, now we're going to scroll down and it's going to ask you to enter in your coupon code. You want to make sure that this is unlock. That's UNLOCK, and press validate. And it's the same amount, but we just want to make sure we have the highest coupon code. And now we can review our order. We got 24/7, 365 live chat email support for free, instant account activation, free money back guarantee for 30 days. Cool. Domain registration for 1 year since we did the 12-month plan. It's free. And the Hatchling plan at 12 months instead of being $143 is $30.84, which I think is a great deal to have your website spread across the entire earth. So now we can say, yes, I want to hear more about HostGator, or you can uncheck that. Sure, I can hear more about HostGator. Should we? What do you think?
Nah, I don't like that.
All right, uncheck it. We don't want any spam.
Yeah,
all right, and then
checkout.
Go ahead and press checkout now. All right, so congratulations. You've actually done the hardest part, which is just deciding that you want a website and actually doing something about it. Now, if we scroll down, I have a few different websites, but if you scroll down to your website, you can click on Edit Site. Now, sometimes if you've just installed your website can take 10 to 20 minutes to spread across the entire world. So what I usually do is just take a little break, go for a walk, and then come back, and then your website will work.
HostGator might also show you a big welcome screen that you can either skip, or they might show you like a big install WordPress button that you can click. But either way, you should easily find your way to this page.
Exactly. So they're probably just going to show you something that says install WordPress, like a big button, and you just click on it. So just follow that. And once you do that, you'll be able to just click on something that says edit site that will log you in. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to click on edit site. And if we waited the 10 to 20 minutes, sometimes in rare cases up to 24 hours, but you can always chat with them on their live chat. If it doesn't work, it will log you in. And now what should we do?
Now we should definitely skip over this and just exit to WordPress, because we're going to show you a much better way to start your new site.
Great. So we'll just exit WordPress and exit out of there and skip all of their welcome junk. It is junk, right? Sometimes. Most of the time.
We're going to show you a better way for sure, yeah.
All right. And now you have a website. We can exit out of here and we can actually go and check our website. So we can click on visit site, and this looks, what does this look like? What is this?
It doesn't look too good. So this is how your website starts, and this is the front of your website, right? So now if we want to go back to the back end of our website, where do we click?
We can click up here, and this black bar is only showing when you're logged in, so it's not when you're logged out. But this to me is looking pretty terrible. So let's just click on this in order to go into the back end of your website. And this is where we make all of the changes to your website. And we're going to make it look really good.
Let's start with some basic things like making a new user, logging out, and logging in to this admin panel.
All right, that's a good idea. So we'll just click on users because we have our username up here. But Andre is right. We should learn how to log in and log out without using HostGator.
So to change your password, it's really easy. First, you need to click your name. Then we can scroll down. And you can see this set new password button. Just click it.
Make a new password, hide it from the internet so people don't hack me.
And then we can just save it down there.
All right. Now, how do we log out?
On the top right, we can just hover over our name and then click Logout.
And remember our username right here. So we're going to log out.
And now I think it's a good idea. So like we can visit our website.com, because whenever you want to log back into your admin dashboard, you can just add -admin at the end of your site.
Right. So this is how like your visitors would normally see your website, but in order for you to log in order to change your website, what was it again?
We can just simply say /admin.
/admin.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
Oh, dang. I always did /wp-admin.
Yeah, they both work.
But I like it. That's cool. All right. So then remember your username. It was my full name and the password that you just created. And now when you press login, now you're always able to log in from WordPress, and you don't need to sign into your hosting before you sign into your website. So this is the way you would always sign into your website.
Yeah, it's the easiest way to change it.
The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to import your entire website using a plugin.
What's a plugin?
Good question. A plugin is something that you install on your website. You can see it over here. It says plugins. Let's click on it. And we can add a new plugin. And there are hundreds and hundreds and thousands of plugins that you can install, which are just like little apps or programs that you'd run on your phone or your computer. So there are so many different plugins. There's like analytic plugins if you want to track all your visitors. What other plugins are there?
You could have a plugin that adds a contact form, for example, on your contact page, right?
Exactly. Or you could even install an entire shopping cart plugin that allow you to have a shopping cart on your website, or an ad plugin that will allow you to display Google ads on your website so that you can make money. But Andre over here has built over months and months the greatest plugin of all. And this is going to allow you to, in a single click, import an entire website that's going to save you literally hundreds of hours. And we work so hard on this. You're going to save so much time designing, and your website's going to look beautiful, and everything's going to be set up automatically. So enough talking. Let's figure out how to add a new plugin. So all we have to do is click on plugins and click upload plugin, because we're uploading this custom plugin that we built just for this. And where can we do that?
We first need to go to tighter.com. So we open up a new tab and then just type in tighter.com. Then on the top right, we can find the packages.
All right, so we just click packages, and then it says download plugin right here. And now we have it downloaded right here. How do we get it onto our website?
So now we can just click our downloads and drag the plugin into the site.
All right, click our downloads, drag it right here. Or of course, you could click on choose file and then find it on your computer, and then we can press install now.
Now we can just activate it.
All right, we can activate it. And now we see this over here. It says WP packages. This is brand new. So this is like a program on your computer now that we've added to WordPress. We can go ahead and click on it. And now we have these different packages here. We are not actually done yet with the portfolio package, but it should be done by the time you watch this. And we're working on some more. We have this one right here, and all we have to do is click install blog package. It's going to tell you that this is going to delete and replace your entire website. So it's going to give you a little countdown, and just press install now. And Andre has worked so hard on this. Tell us what's happening in the back end.
So right now the plugin is starting off by cleaning up your website, and then it does all sorts of automated things in the background to make sure that you don't have to do them yourself. So it's saving you hundreds and hundreds of hours, and you're going to end up with a beautiful website at the end, and you won't have to do much of the work yourself.
All right, so let's just wait. And with the magic of editing, we will fast forward this, but it could take a couple of minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes, but probably within 1 or 2. All right, congratulations. Your website is now ready. You've literally saved hundreds of hours, and we can click view website, and our website works. It is beautiful. I mean, this is one of the best designs I've ever seen. When the designer showed it to me, I was super happy, super excited, because I was looking for weeks for a blog that looked good, and I couldn't find one. So what do you want to show them first?
Let's check out Home V2. So in here we can see a bunch of different options, but we can check out Home V2.
And now we see that this is one of your options. This is laid out really cool with your latest post up here, a huge image right here. And of course you can change this whatever you want. your other latest post here. And I just think it's laid out super cool. Your different categories right here. And this is super awesome. We can also see a different one. Let's go to version 6 right here. And we can see that this just looks completely different. This shows you that you can literally make it look like whatever you want. This is way more simplistic. Of course, you can change all the different colors and everything like that.
This page reminds me a lot of Reddit. It's like a much simpler version of a blog without a lot of images, you know?
Yeah, I really like it. And we can choose which one.
We can go to V5 next.
Let's check out V5. And this is like the other one, but we go down and it's like more simplistic. So it's just one after another without all of the different categories, which is kind of cool. This is kind of easy on your eyes and easy to digest all of the content.
It's super clean.
All right, so real quick, let's go through the rest of this website. Let's look at the About page. And of course, you can change this and make it look however you want, but I think this is a super cool About page. Your visitors can put in their email and they can subscribe to it, and that way you can have an email list. And then we can go back up and we can check out the main blog right here with your latest posts. This is your blog page, and we can check this out. It's a nice blog page with a sidebar here if you want. Of course, you can remove or modify anything that you want. And then we have the different categories page. This is super important to have because maybe people have different interests, like they only want to know about things to do. So we can click on the things to do and it'll only show them posts for that. This definitely increases engagement. And the last thing is the contact page. So we can look at that and we can see that people can get in touch with you and contact you. And I think this page is absolutely beautiful. And this entire website is also mobile friendly. So it works on everyone's phones and tablets and TV screens and everything. It will work perfectly.
All right, now let's see how we can select the homepage that we want.
Right, so if we want one of these homepages as our first page, maybe we don't want it to be this main page, maybe we want it to be a blog page, we can change it to any of these homepages that we want. So how do we do that?
So first we can go back to our admin panel.
Right, by clicking on our name right here.
Exactly. Then we can hover our mouse over the settings and we can select reading. And this will allow us to set the homepage that we want right over there. So we can click it and we can select any home version that we've seen before or any one that we liked.
So if we click it and do version 6, for example, and save those changes and go back by clicking it, we can see that this now is our homepage. But let's go back. And which version did you like the best, Andre?
I think we should settle on V1 for our example.
All right, let's do V1 and let's save those changes. And we can see up here that it is now this page.
Perfect.
The next thing that I want to do is change this site title. How can we change this site title? Because right now it says blog package. You probably want to say something like your website name or your business name or your name. How can we change that?
We can go back to the settings just like before.
So we click on this blog package name right here, and then we go to settings. All right, and now we have this blog package here, and we can name it whatever our name of our website is. So I'm just going to call this Misty Blog. And for tagline, this is a few words that describes your website, and it describes it not only to users but also to the search engines. And I always have a hard time coming up with a tagline, so I made a tagline generator. If you go to tyler.com/tagline generator, you can enter in a description of your website. My blog shows people the best of nature, and it will give you a cool tagline. So we can say, discover nature's beauty here, or explore the wonders of nature. Maybe I like that one. We'll click on it, it'll copy, we'll go over here, and we can just paste it into our tagline. And once we do that, we can click on Save Changes, and we can go over to our website, and we can see now it's Misty Blog. And if we hover over right here, it says explore the wonders of nature. So that's our tagline for users and the search engines. All right, so I'm just going to exit out of this. We don't need this anymore.
All right, sir, but now that we've chosen our homepage, we probably don't need the other ones, right?
Right, we don't need all of these. So how do we delete these?
We can start by going back to the dashboard.
All right, so just click on our name.
Then we can open up our pages.
Click on pages.
And we can scroll down and select the ones that we don't need. So you can see the home v1 is set as the front page. And then we can select all of the other ones.
All right, so I'll just click on the first one. And this is a little trick. We scroll down and hold shift and click on the last one. And it'll select everything in between. And how can we get rid of this?
We can go to bulk actions, select trash, and then apply. So now we can open up the trash, and then we can just click empty trash.
Empty trash, perfect. And now let's go back to our homepage and make sure that those were deleted. It's also going to introduce one problem, but we can see that we don't have all of those, but we do have this extra one because we didn't delete this home version 1. But we'll show you how to delete that later when we edit this header up here.
Alright, so we're gonna edit our menu later, but for now let's move on to the blog page.
So let's click on blog.
And now we just want to choose the general layout of this blog page. So we can go to edit page. So we're gonna close the settings on the right side because we don't need them for now. And on the left side we can click this small icon to open up this document overview. This makes it easy to delete everything that's on this page so that we can replace it with whatever we want.
Alright, so I'm just gonna click on this right here and press the delete button. That's going to remove everything from that page. And to choose which type of blog you want on the blog page, we can press this plus button right here, and we can click on patterns because we've built a whole bunch of different options that you can choose from. So just click on patterns and we can click explore all patterns and we can see all. So these are all of the patterns that we have on the website that you can just click and it'll be inserted into your website. But we want blog pages. So let's click on blog pages and we can see the different blog page options we have. So you can choose any of these as your main blog page and it'll be inserted in a second, saving you tons and tons and tons of time. Which one do you think we should put in?
I think I really like the home v2 up there.
Home v2 right here.
Yes,
okay,
sir, that one.
This one looks super cool. Let's click on it. And that entire home page will be inserted in just 1 second.
Perfect. And I think we're gonna see how to edit this whole page later. But I think for now we're just choosing like the overall design, right?
Yep. So let's go ahead and save that by clicking on this save button. Now we have the overall design saved and we can check out what that page looks like by clicking on view page and we can exit out of here. So now we have our blog page that looks like this and our home page that looks like this. But of course, yours may look different depending on which one you chose. All right, so let's just click on our home page right here by clicking on our blog title. And the next thing that I want to show you how to do is how to edit any of your pages. So you can edit any of the text or images and make it exactly how you want. You can literally make it look like any design.
So to edit any page on your site, you first need to be on the page. So right now we are on our home page. And if we want to edit it, we just click edit page. And can you explain to us, Tyler, what we're seeing here? I think this is called Gutenberg, right? What's a Gutenberg?
So Gutenberg is WordPress's default editor. So it's a visual page editor, so you don't need to know any code or anything confusing. And basically anything that you click on, you can edit. So if we click on this text right here, we can just put in new text and edit it. And then we can do things like click on it and we can make this bold if we want or italic. And of course we can deselect those. And if you want even more settings, we can go up here to the top right and click on the settings. And we can go down here and change things like the text color. So just click on that and we can change it. And we can change things like the size of the text by just going down here and making it bigger or smaller. But if we don't want all of those changes, you can press Control Z on a PC or Command Z on a Mac, and we can undo all of those changes.
All right, so text looks super easy to change here. What about the other elements on the page?
So to change something like a button, we can just click on this button right here. And the first thing that you want to change maybe is where this button links to. Right now it links to our blog because you can see all the blog posts. But let's say we want to change this to about. So it would go to the about page and we can click on this little pencil icon and just start typing any page that you have, like the about page, and click on it. And now when your visitor clicks on this about button, it would go to the about page.
Awesome. I've also noticed that when you click the button, the settings on the right changed, right? So now we have the button settings over there.
Exactly. So anything that you click will change this settings over here. and we can change the color of the button by clicking on this little half moon styles and just click on it. And then now we can change the text color. What color should we change it to?
I'm thinking let's try to make the button like a dark green and the text should be white. So now the text is going to be invisible because the button is white, but then we can change the background. And let's make it a dark green.
Dark green. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. But what if we want to change the size of the button?
We can change the size by scrolling down some more. And we can make this wider by going like this, or taller by going like this. And of course, if we don't like it, we can always undo, Control Z or Command Z. There are tons and tons of settings for everything that you click on over here, and you can change literally anything.
All right, got you. That's awesome. What do you think if we change the big image next?
That would be awesome. Sometimes it's super hard to select this image. Like if you click on it, it's like not selecting. You can select it by clicking up here and selecting it. But once again, we can go over to this document overview and we can easily select it up here. So this is the cover.
Right. So on the left, we have like the structure of all of the elements on our page, right? From what I can see. Yeah. Let's close the right-hand settings to see them better, I think.
Great idea. And let's select that cover image.
And we can tell that it's selected because it has the blue border, right, around it. So now let's replace it.
So just click on replace and let's open media library. So one of the first and easiest things to do is to open up your media library. Maybe you already have images that are super good that you can just click and select. Or of course you can take images yourself and upload them by clicking on this upload files and selecting them from your computer.
But also, if you don't have your own images, we can get some off the internet, right? I think the best websites, from what I know, are pexels.com.
So PEXELS.com.
Or you can go to pixabay.com.
PIXABAY.com.
And another good option is unsplash.com.
UNSPLASH.com. So I love mountains. Every tutorial is mountains. So let's look for different mountains and we can see all of these different mountain images and we can click on any of them and we can download them. But since it takes me hours and hours and hours, Andre knows this, it takes me so much time to find an image. It's horrible. I've liked some, so I'm just going to go over to my profile and view profile and go to my likes. You can go to unsplash.com/@TylerMoore/likes and you can see the 3 images that I liked.
There's probably going to be more in the future though, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And we can click on any of them. So I'm just going to click on any of them and I want to download it in the right size. What is the right size?
So what's important here is we don't want like the biggest size, right? Because that's going to be a huge image file size and the website is going to be slow. So usually you don't want more than 2000 pixels in width or in height. So the medium size is usually the best.
So just click on medium and it downloads just like that. And now we can exit out of here. We have our image and we can either select them from our computer or we can simply click, hold, and drag it to our website and press select. And now we have this image right here and it looks pretty good.
I think there's an even easier way to drag an image here, right?
Yeah, so all we have to do is click, hold, and drag any image from your computer right on here and let it go. And we have that new image right here. And I think that looks pretty cool.
I love this image. I think it's beautiful. So now we know how to edit everything here. What about we see how to change the order of things next?
I think that's always something pretty fun to do because it's super gratifying. So we can click on any of these sections and jump to these sections. But let's say we wanted this quote up near the top. How would we do that?
So all you have to do is just click on the group like you just selected it, and then we can use the arrows to move it up or down. So first we can bring it higher up, but then if you decide you don't like it, you can just move it down.
Beautiful.
And what's super cool is that you can also do this with things like columns. So you have like your image a little bit higher up. Yeah. So we can select it. And then we need to make sure on the left that we have the column selected, not the small image element like that. And now we have the arrows, the left and right arrows that show up. So we can have them switch places like that.
Oh, that's super cool. All right, those edits were pretty good, but I prefer the original. So I'm just going to press Control Z if I was on a PC, or Command Z because I'm on a Mac. And I'm just going to undo all those changes, press them a whole bunch of times. And now we're back to the beginning of when we started editing our website. And of course, after you make any changes, you have to click on Save Changes in order to save that to your website. So this was a quick overview on how to edit your page. But if you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to edit your website, you can check that in the description below. But for this video, we're going to focus more on the blog part. So let's go ahead and go to our website by clicking on this button, and we can exit out of here. And before we edit our blog, I want to show you how to edit this about page in some really cool ways, and also show you how to add a new page to your website. So all we have to do is click on this about page right here. And I think this page is looking super cool, but what's really good about WordPress is that you can easily change this to look however you want. All right, Andre, how do we edit this page in order to make it look great?
So let's go to edit page first.
Edit page right up here.
So on this page, we can edit it the same way we just did with the other pages. And one cool thing we could do is we could duplicate this about section that we have at the end. I think the easiest way to do that would be to open up the document overview, and then the last section is the last cover, and we can just right click it and then click duplicate. And now it looks a little bit funny because the screen is small, but it's gonna be good. So now we can scroll down, and there's another identical section, which is on the left, it's the last cover item. So we could expand that cover item, the last one, and expand that group and the columns. And now we can select the first column and we can click the arrow to swap places.
Oh, super cool.
Right, so now to preview it in its real size, we can close the document overview. And this way we've added new content at the bottom of our page. And I think this layout is super cool for all sorts of content that you might want to add on your about page. Another thing we can do is we can scroll all the way down. And if you want to add something completely new here, just click anywhere in the white space and then we can click the plus icon. And let's browse all elements. So now you can add anything you want here. You can add a paragraph. If you scroll down a little, you can add an image, or we should add a pull quote maybe.
All right, so just click on that.
So now you could write something like a quote here and then the name of the person who said it. And let's scroll down, and I think that's looking pretty cool. So it's kind of easy to add something like this, but this is something that's super simple that we've just added. If you want to add something that's more complex, it's way harder to start completely from scratch like this, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time to make something like this. But luckily there are much easier ways to change this page, and I'm going to show you 3 super easy and fast ways to change your page to look however you want. You don't need to keep on recreating the same things that we've already created for you. So the first way to change this website is to add a pattern. So what we can do is we can go over once again to this document overview and we can delete everything. So click on the first one, hold shift, click on the last one and press delete. And now this is a blank page. So we can add this plus right here and we can click on patterns. Then we can click explore all patterns. So this website comes with a few different patterns, and we can see that on our about page right here, we have 2 different patterns to choose from. So we can just click on this one and it will insert this pattern just like that. And that's looking super great, and it's only been a couple of clicks, and I think that's going to save you a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I think that looks really cool, but I think it's still quite similar to the other design that we had originally, right?
Yeah.
So is there a way, like, what if we want to make like a crazy big change to this page and have it look completely different?
Yeah, so we built a really cool tool on Tyler.com. So we can just go to Tyler.com right here. So you can choose any of these, and when you click on them, each of them has a bunch of pages that you can choose from. So for example, we can click on this one and we can go to the about page or any page, and we can copy this entire page right here. And then we can just paste it into this page right here. So that makes it super simple.
Yeah, I think this looks really good, and it's awesome that we can use this for any page, right? Not just the about page. But why don't we use a blank one so that we can build any type of website starting from it? So let's go back. And I really like this template at the bottom of Tyler.com. It's simply called blank, and I love to use this when building any kind of website. So we can just open up the about page. And using this tool, we can super quickly design this whole page. So the first thing we want to do is on the right side, we want to put in our business information. And you can put in anything you do or that your business does in here. What should we put in?
I don't know, something for wedding stuff. Think of a prompt.
Maybe we're making like cakes for weddings.
Okay.
So say I'm running a business making cakes for weddings.
That's good.
So let's just save it. And then we can click generate content.
Nice. And now the AI, the super smartest AI, is going to generate all of this content for us, which is super cool. You could put in more details, of course, in your business information to make it more specific. And now we have all of our cakes that wow.
Yeah, it's looking good. So now we should change the images, right?
Right, so just click on this image and change it. All you have to do is click, and it will suggest wedding cakes. And images are always really hard for me to choose, so we may fast forward this a little bit. But which ones look good to you? It's going to give you the preview up here real quick.
Yeah, and then everyone can look through them and just select the ones they like.
All right, so I really like this one right here. And a cool thing that you can do is you can hold shift and you can adjust it. So I'm going to put it right there. Does that look good?
And the text looks a little weird now, but we're going to fix that later, right?
Yeah, we can add some darker background or something, but let's move on to our other pictures. Let's just click on this one. And again, it takes me a long time to pick an image. And if you can't find something, you can always make a new search right here. So we can click on it and bam, we have that right in there. That looks super cool. And then there's one more. We can scroll down and we can change this image right here. All right, we'll just do wedding cakes right here. And one time to the right. And bam, we found this one. Now we can exit out of here and adjust it. Let's do it like that. That looks super cool. And now we have all of these sections. This website looks completely different. We can copy each of these sections one by one by pressing this copy section right here. And we can paste each of these sections into your website, or we can copy this entire page. So just click copy entire page and then go over here. And of course we have to delete all of this. So open up the document overview, click the first one, shift click the last one, press delete, and then just paste it in there. And now we have a completely cool looking page, but there are a couple of things that we can improve. Andre, can you walk us through?
Yeah, I think the first thing we want to do is change the color of this text on top. So we can click it, then open up its settings on the right. We can open up the text color and we can just drag it to make it white. Then I think we should do the same for the text below and also for the text at the bottom of the page. The steps are the same. We just click the text and over on the settings side, we make it white. So now the text is white, but we still can't really see it. So let's click the image in the background. And the cool thing we can do is we can go to the style settings on the right. Then for the overlay, we can choose a black overlay. And we can't see that change yet, but we can play around with the overlay opacity. Right, so we can have it fully black, or we can have it 30% black.
And that looks way better. The text is so much easier to read. And now let's do the same thing for this bottom one. So just click on the picture. And then it was style, right?
Yeah.
And overlay. And we can click on this, make it black, and mess with this overlay. And I think it looks good. Where do you think?
At 30, yeah. Perfect. Now let's do the middle section. So for this section, I think it would be cool to have the corners of the image be a bit more round. So let's click the image, go to the style settings, then we can scroll down to the radius. And you can drag that to make the corners more round or more square. I think about 50. I think about 50 is great. There we go.
I want to see how this looks in full size, so I'm just going to close the settings right here. And that looks pretty good. What do you think?
I think it looks good, but I don't really like that long paragraph of text. So I think
it's too much.
Yeah, I think we should add some new lines in there. Maybe, yeah, right there, I think. And now that's a little better, but there's way too much space between the paragraphs, don't you think?
Yeah, it's a little too big of a gap right here. So we can just click this right here and open up the settings, and we can scroll down and we can change this right here. So we can make this a lot less. What do you think? Maybe 0.
Yeah, 0 looks fine.
And we can make it even easier to read. Let's add one more paragraph at we aim. And then let's do this again by clicking on the top one and going down and making this also 0. So to me, that looks much better. All right, and now the button is a little too far, so we can select this one. And I think that we can do 30, and then we can go up here and close this. And to me, that looks perfect. So we can save our work so far. Let's just click on save, and let's view our page and make sure it looks amazing, which it does. And now I want to show you the third and final way to get content on your website without having to make it from scratch. So what we can do is we can open up a new tab and we can go to wordpress.org/patterns. And this is a bunch of different patterns that people have made for free that you can use. So I'm just going to go down here and search for anything that we want. Maybe we want something that shows our pricing. So I'll just search for pricing and press enter, and it says no results found. And that's because we need to go over here. Instead of curated, we need to do all and press apply. And now we see a bunch of pricing, and we can't find super good ones. And that's because we need to sort them by most popular and apply that. And now we see really good pricing tables. And we can just copy and paste any of these. Let's just go with the first one to make it easy. And we can just copy this pattern right here. And then we can go into our website over here and we can add pricing wherever we want. So what I like to do is I like to open this and close this out and find this middle one right here. And we can click on this button and add after. So we're adding a section after, and then just paste that pricing table right there. And bam, we have it. It's a little bit too close right here, but we can fix it. Andre, how would we fix this being too close right here? You are the spacing expert.
Yes, sir. So on the left, we should close the document overview. Then we can open up the settings on the right, go to style, and we want more space on the bottom. So we can scroll down on the settings, and for the margin bottom, you can add however much you want. And now that's perfect. And we can also use the block spacing below, the bottom one. Yeah, there you go, that one. And that way we can adjust the space between our columns. So we can have no space or we can have a little space. I think the small was looking good. All right, so now we can save it and let's check it out. And I think this whole page is looking really good. Oh damn, we still need to adjust the text there a little. So let's go back and we can remove the last word there. Yeah, exhibition and per year, we can remove those. So we can adjust the text a bit to make sure that they are equal in height. Now we can refresh. And there you go, that looks really good.
Much better, that's amazing.
So I would maybe still play around with the colors of this table a bit, but I think overall it's looking amazing for a page that we've built in only a couple of minutes. What do you think?
Super amazing, and it's gonna save you so much time using this wordpress.org where you can choose anything that you want and just paste it right in there. All right, but for now, let's close this and let's close this too. And let's learn one more thing. Let's learn how to add a new page, because maybe we don't want an about page. Maybe we want a completely different page. How would we do that? The way that we can do that is we can use any of those techniques, which are replacing a pattern, copying a pattern from Tyler.com, or copying a pattern from WordPress.org. Or we can just click open this document overview and click on this and hold shift and click on the last one. So we can right click on any of this blue space right here and then press copy. After we do that, we can click on this W here to go back, and we can click on pages, and then we can add a new page, and we can call this whatever we want. What do we want to call this?
Let's call it pricing.
Pricing. And then we can right click and press paste, or press Control V on a PC or Command V on a Mac to paste that right in there. So this is super awesome for a pricing page. Maybe I want to put pricing up here, and then we can put, you know, whatever prices that we want down here. And do we want to modify this in any other way?
We could just remove the Our Passion section, and then we're only going to have the pricing table on the page.
That's a good idea. So let's just click on this and press delete, and that will be gone. Now we need a little bit more space at the top right here. That's easy. We learned that before. We just click on this columns, go to style, go down here.
And instead of margin bottom, we want to click margin options and then select top and give it the same amount of margin. So all the way to the max.
All the way to the top.
Yes.
Cool. And now we got some spacing right there, and click publish, publish again, and then we can view our page. Boom, we have our beautiful pricing page. That looks super awesome. We do see one problem, that this pricing page isn't in this menu up here, but we're going to get to that later. But for now, this is looking super great.
All right, awesome. So I think it's time to move on to the most important page, and that's the blog page.
Right, and this might look different depending on the pattern that you chose, but the concept is the same. So normally this would all be empty, but we have sample blog posts so that you're not staring at an empty screen and you can imagine what it's going to look like.
Yeah, this allows us to visualize our final design much better with these sample blog posts.
Yeah, so right up here we have our latest post, which is cool. It shows in this area. And then we have more of our latest posts. And if we go down here, we can see our post in different categories. So we have like a destination categories and we can see all the posts and you can see more. And we have this nature connections category and this things to do category.
Right, and they're all a slightly different design, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're all laid out in a different way, but of course you can change it however you want. All right, so let's learn how to add a new blog post to our blog. What I'd like to do is click up here to go back to the dashboard and then click on posts, and we can see all of our example posts right here, which you can delete later. But then we're gonna add a new post right here. So I'm just going to put in a title here. I'm going to change this later actually, but I'm just going to say, maybe I have an idea of making road trips in California post. And then of course you can put in your content here and edit your posts just like we edited all of your other pages. But I only have a rough idea of what I want to make. And since we're living in the future, I'm just going to open up chatgpt.com. And I'm going to say that I want it to write me an engaging 400-word blog post about road trips in California. And I'm also going to tell it, make it easy to read with line breaks and formatted beautifully. And since I'm from California, I'm going to know if this is good or not. So we're just going to pray that it is, and we'll see what it does. It's going to get better and better each and every month. So that's cool. All right, and then we're just going to wait for ChatGPT to do its magic. And ChatGPT is free, so that's going to be pretty cool, I think.
I'm actually really surprised at how well it organizes it these days. It used to be much worse, you know?
Yeah, this is not only looking pretty good, but these are really good road trips. I love Joshua Tree and just went to Napa, and really just beautiful and amazed by what ChatGPT can do. So I'm just going to copy this and just go over to my website, and I'm just going to paste it right here. So just Control V on a PC or Command V on a Mac. And we have this right here, and it's looking pretty good. And I'm actually going to use this title as our real title. So I'm just going to right click copy and then put it right there and just delete this. So now we can just publish this right here and click publish again, and we can actually view our post. So we can view our post and we have it right here. And this is looking all right. It's looking pretty good, but wouldn't it be a lot better, I think, if we had a big image right here and maybe an image throughout here to break up the content. Maybe this is a little bit too close for me and we want images there. I won't show you how to do every image, but at least one. And so we can actually use another AI that's super cool. And this one is called Ideogram, IDEOGRAM.ai.
Yeah, and I think they've just released the version 2 of this software, and I think it's much better. It blows everything else out of the water, right?
Yeah, especially for getting written text on your graphics. Like you can see this R solar system. Usually that was really hard for the AI to get right.
Yeah, the silly robots would never get the text right.
Yeah, but now it's like super good. Well, we'll see. Let's check it out. Let's have it write us some text.
So we should say California road trip hero image, says California in the middle, because we want the California text to be in the middle of the image.
All right, cool. Now just click on generate, and hopefully, and we'll speed this up with the magic of editing because it does take about 1 minute for 4 images.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so me too. Let's check them out. Do we like this one? That one's pretty good.
Yeah, I love that font.
Ooh, that one's cool. Except for this bridge is like invisible. I don't understand about that.
the ghost bridge.
The ghost bridge, or this one. Ooh.
I think the one you had before just now is the best.
This one?
I think so, yeah.
Or this one?
The road sign was a little bit weird in that one. Did you see?
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, it's all right.
Gotta watch out. Or this one. California. Damn, that's good.
Yeah, let's use this one.
All right, we're gonna use this one. I'm just gonna click, hold, and drag it to my desktop. Bam. And then while we're here, let's generate one more for our blog post. Let's do a beautiful sunset in Joshua Tree. All right, then I'll just click on generate image, and we're gonna wait again with the magic of editing. Doesn't take too long though.
So does this cost money right now, or is it free?
It's absolutely free, which is cool, but you only get like 10 credits every 5 hours or something.
Right.
So
that's
you
like,
just gotta wait.
That's like 5 images.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 or 10 images.
So you can generate 5 or 10 per day, right?
5 or 10 per every 5 hours.
Oh, cool.
I don't know why they do 5 hours, but
yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet. All right. This is incredible. Like you make just made up images. This is exactly what Joshua Tree looks like.
I haven't seen.
Which one do you like best?
Tyler knows what it looks like. I haven't seen it, so to me it looks out of this world. It looks like a cartoon, but apparently that's what it looks like. So
no, it really does look like.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I want to Google it real quick.
This image is looks pretty good.
All right, let's just do this image. Click, hold, and drag this to my computer also. So we got both of the images, but there is one slight problem, not even a problem, and it doesn't even really show right here, but if we zoom up, it's a little bit grainy, a tiny bit. You can't even see it. This is just me being a little bit crazy.
Right, but when it shows on your website on like a high quality MacBook screen, maybe you're going to be able to see it much worse, basically, right?
Exactly. So the way we can fix it is we can open up a new tab, and I'm just going to search for upscale image in Google, and this upscale.media right now is good, but who knows, you know, you can search all of these and it's basically the same thing, but we can click on it and then we can upload an image right here. So I'm just going to click, hold, and drag that California image, and it is going to make it much better quality with, again, the magic of AI. All right, and if we hover over, we can see the difference. So we can see the upscaled version over here and the original, and you can see it's a lot more crisp. Maybe you can't see it in the edited video, but definitely I can tell that it looks a lot better. So I'm just going to download that image right here, and we have that. So I'm just going to click, hold, and drag that one to my desktop, and I'm going to exit out of here. So next, I want to set that California image to my featured image. So we're going to click on, once we're on this post, we're going to click on edit post. And then over here, we have this set featured image right here. So I'm just going to click on it, and I'm going to upload files and just click, hold, and drag that file. Now, once it's uploaded, we can set featured image. So just set featured image. And bam, we have that right here. We can save that, and let's check out what it looks like. So just open this up right here. And now we have this beautiful image on our California road trip adventure post.
And this is amazing. I think this is a great way to make a blog post fast, even if you don't have like a photo ready, you know?
Yeah, you can basically make any image that you can think of. It's super cool. If we scroll down, we can see that this is a little close to each other. And of course we can add spacing or spacers or whatever. But what would be really great is if we can put in an image right here. So let's do that. Let's add an image maybe right below here. So let's go ahead and edit our post and come down here, and let's just add a new space, and we can either type in / and just look for image, or we can go over here and press this plus button right here, and we can find an image. Now that we have this, we can press upload. We can upload that image, or we can go to the media library and insert any image, or go to upload files and then just drag this over. And that image is uploaded right there. So now we have the image here, and we can click on select image. And now we have that, and that looks amazing. So let's save that, and let's view what that looks like. And we can see that image right there, and it breaks up our post nicely. And you can do that for each and every different type of road trip.
But I've noticed something a little weird on this page. If you scroll down slightly, we can see this duplicated text that shows up twice. Why does that happen?
So this up here is called an excerpt. It's like an automatic summary of the entire page. But if you don't put in your own excerpt, it's going to take the first few hundred words of your blog post and just put it up here, and it's going to look like it's duplicating.
So can we change it, or maybe remove it?
Yeah, let's change it, and then let's see how to remove it. So to change it, all we have to do is go up here to our blog post, And then we can click on this post settings right here.
So these are the settings for the whole post, right?
Right. This is where we set the featured image. And this is also where we can add our excerpt right here. It's a small little area right here. So we can just click on it. And I'm going to tell ChatGPT to help me with this. So I'm going to go up here where I wrote my post and I'm going to say, make me a 20-word excerpt.
It's a funny word.
That's a hard word to say. And then press enter and it will make me a 20-word excerpt. And we can just copy this right here and we can go up and we can paste this here, exit out of here, it's saved already, and save it. And then go up here and refresh it. And now we have a great summary without duplicating of the entire blog post.
And I think this is a great use of ChatGPT, you know, like even if we didn't write this post with ChatGPT, so we wrote it ourselves, it will still save you a lot of time in making a short summary like this by just asking it to do it for you.
Yeah, ChatGPT is super good at summarizing things.
And I think we're almost done with this post, but I'm noticing it still says uncategorized on top of the title. So we should change that by updating the category of our post.
Right, so we can go back to our post right here, and then we can scroll down, and we see these categories right here, and we can open them up, and it has that it is uncategorized, and we can choose any of these categories, or we can add a new one. So maybe we want to add a new one. What should this be called?
Let's say road trips.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. Road trips. And then we can add new category. And I'm going to categorize this because I have to think, what is my user doing? They're looking for maybe road trips, but they're also maybe looking for things to do. So I'll put it in that category also. And then I'm going to save this.
That's cool. So now this post can show in both places, right? If we have a page with road trips and a page with things to do, this one will show in both of them. But that reminds me, we should show people how to manage their categories.
Great idea. We can go back by pressing this W right here. And actually, let me close these pages. They're just annoying me. Then we can go to categories right here, and we can see all of our different categories.
So the road trips one is the one that we created, and we're going to use it on our new blog. But people should come here later, and they should delete the ones they don't use, like the destinations, nature connection, and things to do. But we can leave them for now because we're still using them with our sample posts.
Awesome. Let's go back real quick and check our work and see how our blog posts look. So I'm going to go to our blog and I'm just going to open up 3 different blog posts, 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to check what these look like. And we can see that each of these have the same structure. There's a big image here. There's a title here. The date is down here. The excerpt is here. And we can see that on each and every one. Image, title, date, excerpt, same thing. Image, title, date down here, excerpt here. What if we want to change the structure of these pages? Not our actual blog post, like what we wrote, but the structure of the page, like where this image shows up and how it shows up, and where this title shows up and how it shows up, and where this date is. How can we change that?
Right, so you were going to show me how to completely remove that excerpt.
Yeah, and to do that, if we click Edit Post, we're only changing this post on this page right here. But if we click Edit Site, we're changing the structure or the template for all of them. So let's click Edit Site now. And Andre, you wanted that excerpt deleted, which is right here. So we can go over to the document overview. And we can actually just click here on the excerpt and it highlights it right here.
So on the left now we can see all of the elements that a normal blog has, right? A normal blog post has, like the categories, title, excerpt, date. So we just want to delete the excerpt.
So just click on it and press delete. And now that's gone. And now we can save that and press save again. And now that's going to update on every single blog post that you make. So we can refresh this and we can see that excerpt is gone. And we can see it here, right here. But if we click on refresh, we can see that that's gone too. So it updates across your entire blog.
Awesome, but I've noticed there's a weird looking gray box at the top.
You mean this one right here?
Yeah, what's that one?
That is the images. So it's an image placeholder. We can see the image up here and the image right here. That's what represents this gray box here.
And is there any cool edit that we can do to this image?
Yeah, I was going to show you how to change its size by just clicking on it and going to style right here. And if we go down, we can change its height right here. So you can put in a small number to make it really small and a big number to make it really big. But you said you wanted something even cooler. So we can go up here or here and click on it. And now let's make it a grayscale image. So just click on it and you don't see anything. But if we click on save and we refresh any of these pages, we can see now here is your super cool fancy filter. And we could do that for here too. And that looks pretty cool actually.
Yeah, it's really cool how it can automatically apply to all of your blog featured images. And also, I think this is a really cool feature for something like an artsy blog or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Maybe a little bit too cool for me. There's a couple more changes that I want to make on this page. I want this date to be up here, and I want to delete this categories for right now. So to do that, it's super easy. All we have to do is go back and let's click on categories here and just click on it and press delete. That's gone. And then for this post date, we can click, hold, and drag it up, or we can just click on this to put it up a little bit. And let's save that and see what that looks like. We can see it's right here. Is that exactly right?
I think we still need some spacing.
Cool. To add some spacing, we could just click on it and make sure post date is there, highlighted. You selected it basically, and then go to style, and we can do margin and just drag this up maybe there, small, and press save. And now we can refresh this, and now we have good spacing there. Is there anything else?
I think that's looking much better than before.
And everything else can be edited in the same way. So we can scroll down and edit any of these things, including these down here, or you can delete them if you don't want them. Like you could delete this author bio right here.
But what if I want to keep the bio? Can I write a bio about myself?
Yeah, that's super easy, but it's in a different place. Let me click up here to go back, but I'm going to undo those edits. So just press Control Z if you're on a PC or Command Z if you're on a Mac. And we can save that and save again. Make sure it is saved and back to normal, which it is. And now we can fill out that author bio. All we have to do first, let's exit out of here. And we can go back to our website by clicking on our website name, then going to users and clicking on our name. We can scroll down, and I'm actually going to change my nickname because it showed up as Tyler Moore as one word, but it is two. And then I'm going to scroll down, and it's going to ask us to put in our bio info, but I'm super lazy, so I'm going to go up to ChatGPT and I'm going to say 30-word author bio with no other context. Obviously, you can prompt it to make it much, much better. So I'm going to copy this right here and go over here and paste it and put in Tyler Moore and he.
It's cool that it took the context of the blog post that it wrote for you, and then it gave you like a relevant bio.
I love ChatGPT. It's amazing.
What about the profile picture? We can click there to change it, right?
Oh, right. If we go up here, you can change this profile picture. Mine's already automatically embedded. But you can put in yours by clicking here, and we can scroll down and press update profile. Now, when we go back to our blog post and click refresh, so we can scroll down here and we can see that we have a description, but actually my nickname didn't work. Why did that not work, Andre?
I think there's one more thing we should have changed back on our profile. So if we go back, then scroll down, there's a setting for display name publicly as. Right there.
Got it.
And we can choose
Boom.
Tyler Moore and save.
Thank you. Update profile, refresh. Oh, you're a genius. Love it. There's two more quick things that you should know how to edit, and that is your main blog page. How do we edit this page? And we'll make one quick edit. And then how do you edit the category page? So let's do this page first. Let me close out of here. So we can just click edit page, and we can also close ChatGPT right here. And the one thing that I want to show you how to change is something called an offset. So let's exit out of this so it gives us more room, and let's open up the document overview. And if we click on this latest right here, we need to click on something that says query loop. A query loop is something that gathers all of your posts and puts it onto your main blog page. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. So it's called a loop because it repeats every blog post that you have. So right now we can see that it shows 2 blog posts.
Yeah, and we have these settings right here. If we go here, that decides how many blog posts to show. But we have this weird thing called offset, and offset means it skips the first one. And we're doing that because this is our first blog post and we don't want to display it, or maybe we do want to display it again right here. So if we were to put in 0 right here, it would show our first blog post right there. And that is looking really cool, actually.
Yeah, the image is amazing. But the title is Discover the Ultimate California Road Trip. And you can see that it's the same as the one above.
Right. So that's how you can show which blog posts show up and how many blog posts show up. The second thing that we wanted to show you how to do was the categories. What if you made a road trips category and you wanted to show here instead of the destinations category? So what you can do is we need to click on any post that you see and then go up to the query loop again. And then you would open up the settings over here and scroll down, and under categories, it says it's showing the destinations for the query loop. But maybe we want to show just road trips for the query loop. And we only have one post in that road trips, but here it is. And then you would obviously change this to road trips. And you would also change this link right here and click edit. And you change this to the category. Just start typing in road trips and select the category road trips right here. And now if you had 4, it would actually look good, and you can press see more and it would take you to the road trips category where all of your road trips are. So let's actually undo all of that so we're not making any of those changes. I just wanted to show you how to make those changes if you wanted to. Let's save that and let's open up a new page and exit out of here. And let's check out what those category pages look like. We can access the different categories from up here, or if you've chosen this pattern, you can access it down here by clicking on this see more. Now we're looking at all of the destinations blog post, and we can see them right here. But maybe you want to edit this categories page to show your categories in a different way. And this is a template just like the single post template. So we're going to edit this one time and it's going to change all of our categories at the same time. So how do we do that?
So we can go to edit site just like before. And this is the template of how all of our category pages are going to be displayed. So one easy change you could do is you could get rid of that sidebar if you don't want it.
All right, so let's open up this document overview and let's click on this sidebar. And we can see that it's inside this column. There's 2 columns, one right here, which is this one, and one over here, which is this one. And let's just delete it. But that is looking a little funny. So how do we change that?
So with the remaining column selected, we can go to its settings on the right. Then we can see that width over there. It's 66%. Just set it to 100. And now if we exit out of the settings, we can see that it takes the full space of the page.
Perfect. So let's save this and press save again. Of course, you can change anything else. And now let's view our page. And let's go to a category page. Let's go to Nature Connection. And we can see that we got rid of this sidebar and we only have our blog post right now, which is looking super clean and super good. The next thing that we're going to learn how to do is how to edit this contact page up here. So we could just click on our contact page, and to start, just click on edit page. And let's exit out of here. We don't need this. And maybe right here, we want to put in our email and phone number, and it's the same as every page. We can just click on anything, open up the document overview, add anything that we want. So I'm just going to select this text right here and maybe put email and type in my email. Then I'm going to hold shift and enter so it doesn't go a whole paragraph. It just goes the very next line. And I'm going to put in my phone number so people can contact me, and then shift enter again. And then we can say, or fill out the form below.
I think it'll look even better if we select email and then we can make it bold, and we can do the same for the phone field.
Nice.
The other thing is, I think the text is a little crowded now. So we can close out the document overview and we can open up the settings on the top right. So those will be the settings for our paragraph. And we can click the dots for typography. Then we can adjust that line height that we can see over there. Just click that plus and maybe a little more. I think about 2 is perfect.
Nice, that looks really good.
I think we also want a little more space on the top. So we can click the plus next to dimensions down there, and then we can select margin. And now we can click the margin icon, and we only want to add margin at the top. And you can play around with it, but I think about medium size will look best.
All right, so let's see it. And ooh, that's looking really good. Now let's move on to this contact form. This contact form is edited a little bit differently because if we click on it, we can't edit it directly right here. What we have to do is click on edit this form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this page for now, and then I'm going to click on edit form, it's going to open up a new tab, and this is where we can edit this form. So we have all of these options over here, but maybe I want to add in a phone number. So what I can do is add in this single line of text here and let it go. And then we can click on it. And over here, we can change the label. So this is going to be called phone, and we can set it to required or not. So this is if the user is required to fill it out or if it's optional. Let's make it required. And then we can see over here that this doesn't go all the way across. So we want to go to advanced, and for field size, we want to go to large. So it does go all the way across. And for placeholder text, I want to put in phone number so that they know what to fill in. And if we scroll down, I want to hide this label so that it looks really clean. So now this label is hidden and it says phone number right here. Then we can click on save over here, and let's go back to our page. And let's visit our page like this. And now if we go down here, we can see our new contact information here and this new phone number right here.
Another useful thing that we can do is we can go back, and then on the left we can go to settings. We can open up the confirmations settings, and over here you can put in a message that you want the user to see when they fill in your form. So you can put in anything you want, and this will be the confirmation for the user that the message was sent successfully. And then you can save it, and I think we should test it out. What do you say?
Yeah, so let's just close this right here, and let's close out this page too, and let's refresh this page, and let's just fill this out right here. So I'll just put in Tyler and hi@tyler.com, put in my phone number and my message. Then we can scroll down and click on send message. And now we see that new confirmation message that we changed. Now let's open up a new tab and go to our email. And we have this new message right here, and we can click on it, and we can see everything that our visitor would have put in here.
And just to make it clear, this inbox is the admin email that you have in your WordPress settings. And also you can reply to this message just like you would with any other email. So you can just click reply, and you can see that you're replying to hi@tyler.com, which is the same email that we can see above that your visitor put in the form. And for us on HostGator, this contact form is gonna simply work out of the box. And that's because HostGator offers email services together with their hosting packages. But you should know that not all hosting companies offer this service for free. So if it doesn't work for you, you should get in touch with your hosting and ask them how to configure email.
All right, so the last thing that we're gonna do is learn how to edit your header and footer. Let's go to the home page. And the header is at the top of every page. It's this section right here. And the footer is at the bottom of every page. It's this section right here. These two are edited a bit differently than all other pages because this looks the same on every page of your site. So we're gonna edit it in one place, and it's gonna change on every single page of your site. So instead of pressing edit page, you wanna press edit site. And I'm just going to hold command and click to open it up in a new tab. And first we're going to fix three things. The first thing is we don't want this home blog v1 here. The second thing is we don't have our pricing page right here, which is the new page that we created. So we're going to learn how to add new pages to this navigation. And the third thing is we don't have that new category that we made. So to change it, let's just go to our editor. So let's open up the document overview, and let's go over here and click the menu. And we don't need these settings over here, so let's just close those. And if we open up home right here, it's gonna have all of these pages. Some of them we deleted, so it doesn't show up on the front end, but we don't need any of them. So I'm gonna click the first one, and then hold shift and click the last one to select all of them, and then just press delete. Great, so we fixed our first problem. Our second problem is we added a new page, but we don't see it up here. So I'm just gonna right click on this about, and then I'm gonna add after, and we can see the pricing page right here. But if we didn't, we could start typing it and we can see it. So we just click on it, and now we've added that pricing page. And now for the blog, we can expand these submenus, and then we can right click on the blog. But actually I'm gonna right click the last submenu, and I'm gonna add after. And now we can search for our category, which was road trips. And we can scroll down and we can see it right here. Just click on it. And now we have our new category right in here. And we can rearrange these menu items in two different ways. We can go up here and just click this, and we can see it rearranging. The other thing that we can do, let's put that at the bottom though, is we can click, hold, and drag and rearrange it. So let me go up here so we can see it, and we can just click, hold, and drag and rearrange this. Or another thing that we can do is we can drag it under and to the right a little bit, and that will indent it, and that will make it a submenu. So right now, the pricing is a submenu for the About menu item.
So these were the main issues that we wanted to fix, but I think we can also edit this whole header the same way that we did with all of the other pages, right?
Yeah, so for example, we can just click this right here and make sure this whole group is selected. And then we can open up the settings here and we can go to style and we can change the background for the entire header. So we can just go and click background and go over here and we can change it to any color we want. We can do the same thing for the title, or you can change the color of this text, or of course anything that you want. You could also keep or remove this contact button if you don't want it by just selecting it and hitting delete. But I'm just going to undo all of that, and that's it for our header. The next thing that we can edit is our footer. So if we scroll down, we can see our footer right here, and we have our email newsletter section right here. So this shows up on every page, and this bottom section with our title, menu, and social links.
So if you keep this newsletter, people can sign up and you're gonna get an email with their email address. And that way you can keep in touch with them. But if you want to keep your site super simple and not worry about it, you can just delete it. So you can just click on the newsletter and make sure that you select the whole group, and then you can click delete on your keyboard. And again, you can edit the rest of this footer just like you did with the header. So you could click your social media on the right, and you can put in your own social media profiles. And you can also change your menu. It's the same as in the header.
All right, nice. I just remembered one more thing. Maybe people want a logo up here. The way that we can put it in right here is we can just go here and right click and press duplicate. And then we can click on this group because right now it's showing them on top of each other. And we can open up settings. Instead of clicking on the group icon, we can click on the transform to row, and now they'll be next to each other. And we can click on the first one and we can transform it. Instead of being a site title, we can transform it into a site logo. And now if you already have your logo, you can just click on this and upload it. But if you don't have your logo, there's a super cool website. We can open up a new tab and go to logomaker.com. That's LOGOMAKR, there's no E in there, .com, and press enter. Then we can click on start my design, and then we can click on create a new design. And what I usually do is I go up here and I search for my logo. I love mountains, so I'll just search for that and I click on it, and we can click on it and change it to whatever we want. But because we're living in the future, I'm going to delete that and click on AI logo generator.
And this is a new tool that Logo Maker just made, right? I think they just released it.
Yep. So let's fill out our info and press next. What does our business do?
We write about nature.
We are a nature blog, something like that.
Yeah, cool.
And next, which one do you think would be best?
I think we should maybe go with happy or maybe with Zen.
Let's go with Zen. And let's say that we need some icon suggestions because we don't know what we want to make, but I think we do. And we have all of these icon suggestions, or you can enter in your own image idea. So let's just do that. And what should we put here?
Let's try maybe like a simple origami bird.
Simple origami bird. That sounds super cool. Press next. And I really like 3 of them. I really like sketch art, icon, and colored pencil, but all of them are super cool depending on what you want to make. Which one do you think?
Let's just go with color pencil for this one.
Color pencil, and you can choose what color you want. Let's just let them choose, and let's create our logo.
And the AI is generating a free logo for us right now.
Yeah, free logo, never been created before in the entire world, and this is what it's made. I like the colors and I think it's cool, but I don't like this extra thing that it has right here. So what you can do is just go down here and press make a new design. And I'm just going to create the exact same one and just create an original logo one more time.
And I think you can do this a few times until you get something that you're happy with, right?
Yep.
What do you think about this one?
I think that's pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and click on it. And you can also see your history here if you want to see what you've created, and you can choose the best one.
Let's show them what results we got, should we?
Yeah, let's see. Go to history and we can see our 2 birds right here, but I like this one right here. So let's go and view that one, and let's just click on it to start a new design. So now we have this new design, but we can see our website and the logo is going to be right here, and I want the bird to be pointed this way, not like looking off the page. So what we can do is just...
Let's make it look a little less wide first.
Like
so
that?
we get... Yeah, so we get like a smaller bird, but she's a little bit fatter, yeah?
Oh, nice. Let's flip it around too.
Yeah.
Like that. Okay, not too fat.
Yeah.
Obese bird. All right, like this.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
And then what you want to do is, yeah, that looks a lot better. Crop it right here, because right now it has all this extra space around it.
Do we want to rotate it a bit or no?
Oh, yeah, we could rotate a little bit. Maybe, well...
Beak
a little up.
Yeah.
Like that? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's crop it. And that is good right there. We want to make sure we have a tight crop around it. And then we can just press save. Once we save it, there's different download options. You could get it in super high resolution like vector format, but I'm going to download the lower resolution free file and just put in my email right here and accept all the terms and everything. And bam, it will send to our email. So let's just close Logo Maker for now and let's go to our email. All right, just click on our email right here and we can download the file right here and just click, hold, and drag that to our desktop or wherever. The cool thing about this is that the file is transparent. So it's going to take on the background of whatever header color you have. So now we can just click on this upload file here and upload files over here. Click, hold, and drag it over here. It'll upload it and press select. And bam, we have our bird, and we can make it bigger or smaller right here. I think that's pretty cool. And also we should make sure that this use as site icon is checked just like it is, because that makes a site icon just like Gmail has this site icon. Right now we have this generic WordPress icon, but if we have our logo as our site icon, it makes our website easy to identify if people have a bunch of tabs open. And it's also just super cool. So let's click on save and save all.
I think there's one more thing we might want to do first, because the bird is really close to the Misty blog text.
Oh, right.
So I think we can select the Misty blog. And by the way, you could change it here. So for example, if instead of Misty blog, we wanted Misty nature, you could change it here. The site title as well, yes. But I think Misty blog was actually looking better, so we should probably undo that. But one thing we can do is we can go to style and we can scroll all the way down and we can see the dimension settings. Click the three dots and we can add some padding. Then click the icon again and select left padding only. So now you can drag that around and you can create more space between the site name and the logo. I think just a small amount of padding is great. So now we can save it.
Nice, that looks much better. And let's exit out of here and let's go to our page and let's press refresh. Boom.
Damn,
that looks
that's looking much better
cool.
than I expected, yeah.
Oh, damn, but why is it looking weird up here? What is this? It looks cut off. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, I think that's because usually the fav icon that you can put there needs to be a square. So you might still want to load your logo into something like Photoshop and adjust it a little. But I think for 1 minute's work, this is good enough. What do you say?
All right, I'm going to do it real quick with the magic of editing. And then I'm going to put it into the website again. There we go. Now we got our little bird perfectly in there.
That's looking much better.
Cool. I want to show you guys one more trick if you ever get stuck. We can go into our dashboard, and if anything ever messes up on your website, you can once again go to WP Packages, and you can just install the package once again.
And you should know that this is the nuclear option. So if you ever get frustrated or you don't like something that you did, or you just want to start over for whatever reason, you can click Install Block Package again, and you can click Install, click it.
Do you really want me to click it?
Yeah.
All right.
So you're gonna lose all of your progress, but what's cool about this is that it can allow you to restart completely fresh.
All right, so let's view our website, and we can now see that we're started from scratch once again. We can see all these menus here, and everything was just like when we started. So after you're done editing your site, the last thing that you might want to do is log out, but this is completely optional. So you just go over to your name and you press log out, and we can go to our website and we can view it exactly how our visitors would view it. And now you have the best possible foundation for your blog. The beautiful thing about WordPress is that you can do anything with it. So I'm going to leave you with a bunch of resources that you can view so you can add anything to your website. So you can add analytics to see how many people are going to your website. You can learn how to put on ads to get money from your website. You can learn about changing your fonts, adjusting mobile designs super precisely. And there are tons of free WordPress videos and tons of communities out there that are really great to learn. WordPress is the most popular platform in the entire world for making websites, and I'm going to link all the resources down in the video description below. And congratulations, you're done. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.
And you can always leave a comment below if you have any kind of questions. We always reply to every single one.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Andre.
And we'll see you next time.